Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car, Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. What's going on? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
What it is. Another Monday in the books, I reckon, or close to it anyway.
Yes, sir. Yeah, getting close, man. Back at it. You know how that always is, especially after a weekend like I've had. I sure did not want to come to work today. I feel like I needed another day off.
I figured you might be busy, but it wasn't like you was doing really anything, you know. I mean, you wasn't doing nothing this weekend.
No, not really at all. Nah.
Just been wide open, you know, for days.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a big weekend for sure, man. I swear it has, and went by too fast. It really did, but
time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does, man. But I tell you what, bud, 26 feels good, man.
Yeah,
It feels real good.
let him keep telling y'all that all he wants.
Yeah, hey, that's what I feel like. I'm trying to feel that way. But yeah, I appreciate all the birthday wishes there for sure. And
there was a pile of them.
Starters, yeah, it sure was for sure. Yeah, started out good. We went to birthday dinner on Thursday night. David's family and mine. We all went to the hibachi Japanese place there in Florence.
Miami's.
Miami's, yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Sushi was good. The food was good. Everything was good. It was great.
It was. That was the first time I've been there in a while.
Yeah, well, it was December a year ago. Last time I went, and really the first time I think I hadn't been there much, but
really?
It was pretty good. It was very, very not crowded, which surprised me. It was like nobody in there.
That was surprising. We walked in there and I figured the back was piled because I mean there was a fair amount of cars in there, but I guess like everybody that was in there drove separate apparently.
Yeah, obviously so, for sure. But yeah, it was definitely good. I definitely enjoyed that and had a good time with everyone there. Started off the weekend really good, and yeah. So then Friday morning we got up and got the kiddos to school, and when I woke up, it sounded like there was a 5-gallon buckets just pouring on top of the house. So I said, this don't sound too good here. Knowing that we were going down to the beach in the boat this past weekend, I looked outside. I was like, oof, this is not good. This was like it set in. And was it set in?
Oh, yeah, it set in Friday.
It didn't stop raining from 7 to 7. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much nonstop raining. Monsooning.
It was nasty. It was nasty for sure.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, we got down to the beach and finally got the boat put in the water, and asked my lovely lady to marry me, and she was shocked. She was saying all kind of things, but yes, she was saying yes. She was saying yes inside. She was just in shock. So that was really cool. We met some really awesome Christian people there watching the storm there at the boat landing where we ended up hanging out, and met those people who were really awesome. So we got their numbers, and they were there and was taking pictures real quick. So that was really cool. So, God had his plan. Good. His plan wasn't my plan, but it worked out great.
It never is.
I was bummed, and I was like, man, I want to do it on the boat. I want to get out there, and there's a certain area we go to in Georgetown there a lot, but it didn't work out, but it was actually much better. And like I say, got good pictures, and, trying to reenact that excitement would have been difficult, but didn't have to worry about that. Definitely got some genuine happiness there, so that was awesome. And yeah, so we hung out there for a while, and finally was able to get the boat to docked up that night, and couldn't go nowhere because we didn't have a truck at the hotel. So we ordered some Domino's wings. That's what we had for our engagement dinner, I reckon. We ate wings on the couch in the hotel. I ain't lying, man. Them things were jammed up. I guess this wing this whole weekend I've done nothing but eat wings, and I'm just realizing that now as I'm talking about it. But I ate wings in Charleston in Shem Creek on Saturday night, and then Miss Susan, Mary Stevens' mother, made my favorite. The thing she makes is the fried wings.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, them things are good. I ate a bunch of them last night, so I'm just wing. I just do wings all the time, which
Well,
I'm fine with that. I love wings.
you had to get some wings in there to make up for Thursday night because you ate enough rice and everything with it.
Exactly. So, but yeah, man, it's been great. We had an awesome time, and I really enjoyed each other's time on the boat, and it was good. It was really good.
Good deal.
So,
As we said.
yeah. How about yours?
Well, it was fairly uneventful actually. We went obviously out to eat Thursday night, Friday night. I don't think we did much of anything. We just kind of chilled out. Yeah, I kind of chilled out and hung out here around the house and got some stuff ready. Had a wedding to do on Saturday. Hadn't done hardly any of those
In a while,
in a
yeah.
long time.
Did you have ceremony and reception or what?
Yeah, we had ceremony. Let me tell you about the ceremony. It was quite funny. Ceremony was fine. It wasn't a very big wedding at all. It was rather small, which was good. It was perfect. It's this little place is actually right next to my house over here. This little barn they built, little metal barn actually, but it's got sliding. It's all red, painted red with a white trim, and got sliding doors and everything. It made it look, especially on the outside, like a red barn.
Yeah.
In the very front of it, they got like a big concrete area out there. Nothing really out there, just big concrete area, which actually works out pretty good because in the evening that concrete area is shaded right up to the end of it, which is right where everybody gets married. Actually married, the bride and groom stand and preacher and all that stands. Well, the funny part of it was we had sound for the ceremony and sound for the reception and all that fun stuff. And our preacher, Pastor Mac, there was preaching it. So I walk up to him, and it wasn't that big. So I asked him. I said, "Do you want a microphone?" He said, "Yeah. If you got one, let's go ahead and do it. That way I ain't got to yell." I said, "All right, cool." So I went and got the microphone and hooked it all up on him. It was, it's one of them lapel microphones, and so it just sticks on his coat there. Stuff clips on, and it was a little bit before the actual ceremony. So I said, before you go up, I said, all you gotta do is hit the switch on top. Just turn it on. He said, just switch on top. I said, yep, that's it. Just flip switch. From where it is now, flip it. I said, and you'll be on and ready to go. He said, all right, that's easy enough. Easy enough. Nothing to it. I said, when y'all get up there, I'll kind of wave at you and kind of, remind you, turn it on. And y'all really would have to know our pastor. He's something else.
Yeah, he is.
So they go to get up there, and I'm off to the side, kind of at the very back, off to the side, and I kind of wave at him. And what's he do? He waves back.
He's waving back. Thinking nothing about turning
the microphone on. So he preaches it, and I tried to point a couple of times, and he kind of just looks at me like he had no clue what I was talking about. And so I just like, forget it. It ain't that big wedding. They're right here. They can hear him. I could hear him fine. They could all hear him fine. It wasn't a big deal. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the ceremony, they had they did the sand ceremony, where they mixed the two different sands in a little glass thing, and all of a sudden he just looks at me in the middle of it and just bust out laughing from up front. It took him that long to realize
what you were
trying to tell him, and so it was funny. And then we had a good laugh about it afterwards. He said,
That
they ain't
is
charged
cool.
me rent on this one because I didn't use it. It's funny.
Oh, that's good.
It was good. So, but anyway, my nephew Brandon, he went with me and helped out some, and he's thinking about, I don't know, he's 15 now, so he said he wants him a little job making some extra money. I said, well, we can make that happen if you want to do some DJing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. That'd be good for him.
so he went to experience it a little bit, and I told him to think about it, see if he likes it, and see what he wants to do there as DJ B Rizzle.
Oh yeah. That would fit him well. That's good.
Well, see, it's
That's
like I
perfect.
told him though. I said, in all honesty, I said, you be better at this than I am. I said, because you know these new songs. I don't know
Right.
them at all.
No.
I don't.
Nah.
It, I'm not bragging by no means in this, but I feel like I've done pretty good over the years to keep a crowd entertained while I'm DJing them for them.
Right.
But half the time I don't know any of the music that we're playing.
I sure don't. Yeah, they come up wanting a certain thing. I'm like, huh? What
Exactly.
is?
I'm looking up like these new top 40 lists and stuff on, and all kind of charts, and just to play music, and everybody likes it, and I'm just like, I've never heard this song. So,
Right.
but no, it was a good wedding. We wasn't even that late when we got out there. We got out there about 10 o'clock, so
Oh, that's nice.
wasn't bad at all. It just stunk because I'm literally half a mile from my house, and I had to take him all the way back to the other side of Florence, almost Darlington, and
Right.
come back.
Yeah.
I asked him on the way back. Asked him on the way back. I said, "When do you get your full license?"
Yeah. You don't need that.
I did ask him though. I said, "But you can get like a work waiver too, can't you?"
Right. Yeah.
He's like,
Exactly.
"Yeah, you can do that." I'm like, good.
Yeah. I'm not having to take you home every time. That's
No,
good.
I'm not even going. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, but yeah, then we got up. So that was all of Saturday night. I sat there. And this is what me and Sterling have done for years at weddings. I don't think we could have made it through weddings without racing streaming services.
No. No. Nah.
'Cause we watch racing every wedding pretty much. And I did this past weekend as well. I was watching the flow racing coverage of Florence Motor Speedway over here. I definitely wanted to see the legend cars, because I'll talk about that here in a minute, because I wasn't able to make it. We'll talk about that here in a minute because it was interesting. But then Sunday we got up and went to church. Had a good service. Our other guitarist was back. Brock, he was back playing, and so we had 3 guitarists on stage. Well,
Sweet.
4 if you count bass player.
They're just full, man. Look like the Eagles up there or something.
Something like that. Maybe the Pigeons, but
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that was we had to do some tweaking there, which I knew was going to happen. Some people get kind of antsy about stuff like that. I guess I'm just used to sound, and I'm just like, just give us a minute, we'll get it fixed. No
That's
big
right.
deal. But some people get a little antsy about it.
Oh yeah.
And so had a good service, good message from Pastor Mac again.
As always.
As always. Then we went to Kayla's parents to go eat yesterday. Well, and I don't know where they got this, so it might be illegal. I don't even know. But they wanted to watch and had the new Elvis movie. I don't know if y'all haven't seen it yet. If you were remotely an Elvis fan, if you just if you've just heard a few Elvis songs, I don't. Sterling, tell you, I'm not one to sit down and watch a movie. I'm just,
No.
I can't do it. I can watch racing for 23 and a half hours straight, but I can't sit down and watch a movie. I'll go to sleep or something every time.
Yep.
But I sat there and watched the entire Elvis movie, and it was really good. And the dude that plays Elvis in this movie, oh my Lord. One, he's got the look down pretty good. I mean, he's pretty spot on a lot with the look. The only thing he couldn't do apparently was the lip. He never got the lip.
He did not.
But what he lacked in that, this dude, he sang the entire soundtrack himself. He
Really?
sounded just like Elvis. And the funny thing is he changed. I mean, if people listen to Elvis, they know that his sound, even though it was very similar, but he had more of the rocky, gritty sound when he first came out in the 50s, late 50s and stuff. And then it kind of smoothened out, became a softer, deeper tone as he was older in his, at the end of his career. This dude did that. I mean, he changed from the beginning to the end, and he changed his sound. And me myself, knowing sound production somewhat, I know that they couldn't just make that sound like that.
Make him sound.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly, perfectly. I mean, I ain't saying they didn't help him some, but they couldn't just make him sound like that. That dude had to do some serious studying and practicing to make that work like it needed to and like it did.
Cool.
That's a good movie. Really, really.
So
really
is it like
movie.
is it like his kind of bio or
yeah,
what
it's
is
a bio. That's what they call it, a biopic.
Okay.
But I found out also that some of the stuff that happened in the movie, didn't exactly happen like that. Which I mean, that's all movies. They're biopics. They kind of dramatized it a little bit, I guess you should say.
Right.
Which happens. I mean, you got to make it really interesting because most of this stuff in those industries and stuff like that, stuff don't happen instantly like it does in a movie.
Right.
A lot of that stuff takes weeks and months and stuff like that to happen. So I mean, I guess that's what they have to do, and they have to make it more appealing. Just the drama in it to kind of. But it was a good, regardless, because I really didn't care about. I mean, I liked the story, the overall gist of the story. I wasn't but I'm one that's more into the music, so I kind of followed along the music, and that was why I liked it a lot more. And this, like I said, this dude was spot on. And at the very, I tell you this, and we had to do some serious researching on it yesterday. Elvis's final concert was in Las Vegas, and he got on the piano playing and sang Unchained Melody. And it's always been one of my favorite versions of Unchained Melody because that was just a great song anyway, and him singing it was that much better. I'm trying to remember a dude's name that plays in the movie. I'm going to have to look it up now. But anyway, we had to look up if they just overdubbed Elvis on him singing, or this guy was really singing it, and come to find out he was singing it.
Really?
Yes, and it was insane. Austin Butler is the dude's name.
So is he an actor or is he just?
Yeah, he's an actor. He's an actor. He's apparently kind of new. I don't know what else he's done. I've never seen him in anything else. I know there's been some people say they've seen him in other stuff. I'm not up on my movies, so.
Well, he'll sure be known now if he was that good at Elvis.
Oh, I promise you. This movie was good though. I mean, and what's really funny is there's even videos out there because he studied Elvis so much and just tried to become Elvis for this role. I mean, he that his voice has changed They were showing videos of his voice before and his voice after. Is like he can't get out of character. He's just gotten because what happened was, they went to film this movie, and all the COVID stuff started. So he was just out in California, just locked down, not doing anything, and so that was what he done, was just practice and practice and practice and practice and practice for a year pretty much before they actually filmed the movie.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm not one to really rant and rave too much about movies, but that was it was pretty good. There was a couple things I ain't like in it. I'll go ahead and tell you straight out. I never really understood it because everybody knows Elvis. He was boy from Memphis. Memphis had the blues clubs, all that stuff. B.B. King, all them guys in it, stuff like that. And it shows them going down to like Beale Street and stuff and hanging out in the blues clubs a couple times. But every time they go to it, which was only like 2 or 3 times throughout the entire movie, all of a sudden they start playing new, like 2022 rap music in it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, it don't fit.
That makes no sense at all.
I really think they tried to connect the younger generation now to, wanting to watch this Elvis movie or something like that.
Right, maybe so. But
which I got, but I don't know. It just,
you can't have a bio of Elvis and have
well,
that.
but it's not,
true.
and that's the thing, is they called it a biopic, but there was some stuff in it that was, I don't know, like when they went to Graceland and stuff, and you'd have to really see the way they done this movie, because it was just the production of it. It's not really just like a straightforward people acting and very serious all the time. It was like they tried to cram a lot in there, and there's like these little cartoony looking graphics that come up on the screen sometimes, and like a cartoon newspaper type deal that's flipping through it, but then you see like his mouth start moving like he's talking from the interview. I mean, it's like it is, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not up on my movies anyway. So I don't know what you call this stuff. I just know watching it was a little bit different, but it was very, very interesting, and it caught my attention. So
cool.
If it did mine,
I'll have to check it out.
If it did mine, I know it'd probably catch many more people's attention because I don't watch movies.
Right. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out, man.
And then we watched another movie. You might want to watch this one. You and Mary Steven would like this one a lot. Caleb wanted to turn this on and let her mom watch it. She had watched it already, but it's on Netflix if anybody wants to check it out. It's called The Shack.
Yes.
Have you seen it already?
We've watched that. That's really good.
It's really good.
Awesome.
It was kind of weird to me to begin with.
Well, it was confusing a little bit to start with. Then once I understood it, it made sense.
It had a great message.
Right.
It's just, I ain't trying to get on, but it was kind of weird picturing God as a black woman.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't, that was throwing me off a little bit just because my thought of what.
Yeah.
Nothing against that, but it just wasn't that. But yeah, the message in the movies is awesome. That's a great movie, definitely.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty good. It was, like I said, just the way it's all basically, if you haven't seen it, the people that are in it are essentially, I don't know, what would you say, kind of like a metaphor?
Right.
I guess you would say. It's a Christian-based movie. It is, and the people, you got 3 people in there, and they represent God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost is what they represent. And it's just the way it's done is a different, like you just said, it is a complete different way of thinking than I have ever thought of that.
Right.
So,
and I mean, I guess who knows, but we'll find out one day. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not what's been painted in my head for so many years. But it was really good though. Like I said, the message was awesome. Cool movie. It really was.
yeah. So I watched 2 movies on Sunday.
Man, dude, you got it going on, bro.
That's my feel for the year, probably.
I believe so. I believe so. I gotta watch Top Gun again. I went and paid the movie theater before I ever saw First Plane. So I gotta watch that one again. And for Jurassic World, we that new one that come out, we watched it on Amazon or something. That one was good, for sure.
I'm surprised we haven't watched that one yet, because Landon has always been all about those, and he might have seen it already, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's good, it is. So yeah, I like those movies.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But anyway,
this is today is a movie critic podcast. It's not a racing podcast. We're just gonna talk about movies.
We're just gonna talk about movies. Well, I'm out of movies for the year, so.
Hey, well, maybe Days of Thunder 2 will come out here.
I'm hoping. We'll be all right. I'm hoping. I mean, they brought back Top Gun. Next has got to be Days of Thunder. Got to be. And they need to do it while what's dude played Harry in there? What's his name? I just forgot it. Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
They need to do it
while he's still there.
While he's still here. They need to do it.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Tom Cruise was great in that movie, but to me, Robert Duvall made that movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Sure did.
Apparently, we're on movies today. Where's Kayla at when we need her?
I ain't kidding. I don't know much about movies, that's for sure.
I don't either. Oh, well, but anyway. Well, I want to go back real quick, talking about something else I watched while I was at the wedding. I watched a few different, I watched pretty much most of the races there from Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend. Florence, here in Florence, South Carolina. I just want to comment on the Legend Car race, because that's the race I typically would have been in, or I would have been in had I not had a wedding. I would have been there. And I'm just going to say it up front. I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yes.
It took them almost right at an hour and a half to run 5 laps.
Yeah, that don't make sense. Sounds like a street stock race at Lakeview.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was. I don't know what the issue was. I really don't. I mean, it was just, and the bad thing was they wasn't making it past like turn 1 or turn 2. Was farthest they got when they'd take the green. Wasn't even like they'd make half a lap and then spin out. Nah, it was like as soon as we went in the corner, spin out. Somebody knocked somebody out of the way, and that is what is bothersome to me anyway. And I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, because I'm not even going to call names, because I don't know who did it. I have no clue. I was just watching, and I just know somebody. I mean, that's all I know. But that's what is bothersome to me about these young drivers coming up, is they don't care about setting up a pass, making a good, clean pass on somebody, racing somebody hard. They don't care about that. All they want to do is they want the next position, and they will spin you out to get it.
Right.
And
exactly.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm just like, dude, what are y'all doing? Y'all look, and the bad thing is they don't even realize it. They're making themselves look bad. And there's a lot of those boys that have like driver development deals already on the table. And
right.
you're not developing as a driver doing it like that.
No, not at all.
You're not looking good for sponsors doing that. You're looking like someone who's got a fast car, but don't know how to control it. Is what you're looking like.
Right.
So I mean, I watched it, but I was like, "Geez, this is absolutely ridiculous." My dad was over there. I mean, he called me. He's like, "They made it 5 laps." I said, "Yeah, that's it. That's it."
That's crazy.
It was crazy. It was something else, and I don't know why they think it's got to be that way. I don't know why they want to race that way. Everybody, there was a pile of bandoleros there too, and everybody was like, "Oh, bandolero race is gonna be bad," and blah blah blah. No, bandolero race was good. They ran around.
They actually ran all their laps.
Yeah, they ran all their laps just fine. Had a couple cautions, but nothing egregious. Nothing insane, nothing crazy. But these are supposed to be, next level semi-professional drivers and these legend cars almost, and I'm just like, dude, come on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't. And the respect for the I don't know, what do you call it, a driver code or whatever you want to say, even in the Cup Series, all the way up to the Cup Series, it's changed so much, man. This is like they just move you now. It doesn't matter. They just wreck you or move you or whatever the case is. It's not. There ain't no hard racing like it used to be. And that's all the way down. I mean, and we've seen this in the recent years in go-kart racing, and that's kind of where it all started. You can't pass in a go-kart no more. You honestly can't. You have to move them.
They don't even try to start double file anymore at most places.
No, they don't. Because you can't do it. You can't go in the corner too wide anymore. You can't set up a pass and just move somebody up a little bit and let them. Can't do it. They gonna go get up. They gonna get up in the loose stuff or what should be a groove. There ain't no groove, and they just slide off the racetrack. That's it.
That's all.
And that's what they've gotten used to, I guess. A lot of these boys is running iRacing a lot, and it's so easy to just hit escape and start back over, or whatever the case may be. They get a lot of that from that too, I think. It's too easy to just go in there and nudge somebody out of the way. And it's, my opinion, it's a little bit easier to save a car on iRacing than it is actual, on the racetrack stuff. I don't know what it is and why it is so bad, but it has really gotten terrible with the up and coming drivers, especially the ones that, and I don't mean no harm by it, but the ones that just can just drive and don't have to worry about fixing their own stuff.
The ones that buy their ride, we'll say it. The ones that buy their ride.
Well, exactly, and that's what it means, because they don't care. They don't have to go home and work on it. So they don't understand what it means for the other person to have to go home and work on their stuff. And I always thought that. And it was getting bad back even when we were racing go-kart.
Oh, yeah.
It was getting to that point. I mean, we'd work on our equipment all week long. And, Day and I, we wanted things a certain way and it looked top-notch and always try to go and look good. Looking good ain't always make you fast by no means, but that was just the mentality that we had. We made sure we take care of our stuff.
Well, regardless of how y'all wanted it to go, how y'all wanted it to be.
Well,
there,
right. And but in turn, my way of thinking, the way I learned that and what it taught me was, you learn to take care of your own stuff, you're gonna take care of somebody else's, and you learn to drive better that way. I think, a good race car driver is someone that can cleanly race with people. Again, I have no problem using a bumper, and if somebody's in the way for length of time, move them. But there's a way to move them that there's certain places on the racetrack you can move someone, and it does not jeopardize their equipment or their day.
Well, it's one thing to move someone; it's another thing to dump someone.
Right.
And they don't know the difference anymore. I mean, that's the
No,
issue is they do not know the difference.
no, most definitely do not at all. And it's just not. It don't make for good racing. I mean, honestly, that's why I don't go to a go-kart track anymore because it's not good racing, in my opinion. It's not. I
It's
like to go
never
see
good
the old
racing.
guys. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't. There. It's just it just ain't. And yeah, you 100% of all about having good qualifying speed, starting up front, and you got to be able to pull some gap on your second place man if you lead. You got to, because
You better.
everybody knows, because you're gonna get dumped. That's the only way it is.
You gonna go into turn 3 on the last lap. You gonna get dumped if you the leader 9 times out of 10. If he's close enough,
That is
you're gone.
100% the truth, and we've seen that time and time again, especially these big money races that these guys have, and it just makes for sucky. It ain't good. I don't like it. I don't, and how to fix that, I don't know. I've said for years, we've even saw them like running at Millbridge, running go-karts like we used to race, put shredded tires on them and let them go out there and run. You got freaking 6 lanes, pick one. Go out there and race.
Exactly.
That makes better go-kart racing, in my opinion, than this follow the leader stuff that has in turn made, and well, it's just designed these new up and coming drivers. That's how you have to pass. That's the only way you can pass. That's what their mindset is, and it's not. But it's just, I don't know. It ain't my cup of tea for sure. I do not like that kind of racing for sure.
You're right. So it's something else. I will say though, they at Florence Motor Speedway they put up $1,500 to win for the Charger race, and boy, these boys was pulling Charger cars out the woodworks.
Really?
Like, yeah. I mean, I was like, dang. I mean, even our buddy Casey Kelly, he decided to pull his out. Old car they had 2 weeks ago, the car had 0 suspension under it. Nothing, was sitting on jack stands. They put the whole car together in 2 weeks. He went out, qualified on pole by half a second to second place.
Half
a second.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That car was flying. I texted him after the race. I said, "Hey man, I need the secrets on how to pull an old car out and make it half a second faster than everybody."
Exactly.
That was
Good
a good
Lord.
job. And he said, "Man, the thing sure was a rocket ship." I said, "Yeah, it was."
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That make you want to go run charges a little bit.
I ain't kidding. But that tells you, he's been running late model stock. He's kind of one of the guys came down. There was a few guys came down from running late model stock, but he run Charger probably a little more than some of them did. And apparently, what he's learned in it is really transferred over for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, congratulations to him. Also, his brother, Cody Kelly. Because I was wondering what went on, because at the end of the Charger race, they pulled Cody's truck back up there, and they took pictures side by side, saying Cody was the winner of the truck race. Well, when they crossed the checkered flag, number 7 truck of Strom Altman had won the race. So I said, did he fail tech or something like that? So I text our buddy Bud Blackman over there. He was at the race. I texted him. I said, what happened with the with Strom's truck? I said, he failed tech or something? He said, no. He said he had, well, just backstory, the 7 truck has failed tech a couple times over there this year when he's won. And so he won, and Cody's
Hughes Tech or something.
Well, Cody's dad, Todd Kelly, who was a legend over at Florence Motor Speedway for sure, when he come in, he put up the money to protest him. They wouldn't accept the protest.
Yeah, Yeah, well, you know what that means. That's all I can tell you.
I know what it normally means. I'll put it that way.
Right,
There ain't no
exactly.
use in tearing this one down. I know the problem.
Yep.
So that was both of them picked up a win. I watched a 4-cylinder race over there. It was a good race for a long time. That was a good race. It's just what I got to watch there on Saturday night. So good stuff for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as we say every week, you know who to go to if you want your car fast. I mean, that is the whole point of this game. Just like we talked about a little earlier, our buddy Case Kelly pulling the car out of the shop, been sitting on jack stands for 2 years, a couple years, and they pull it out and make it work. I don't know exactly how they did it, but you want to know how I would do it? I first of all would head over to my friends over at SRI Performance and get all of those parts I'm gonna need to make it go fast. I probably ain't gonna get a half a second on the field, but but I'm gonna do everything I can to make it go fast there. So
they'll make sure you got everything you need.
That is for sure. So y'all head over to SRI Performance. Go tell them we sent you up there to get everything you need, anything from fasteners to oils and lubricants. I don't care if you want an engine, they got them in stock. Big thing up there, as we always talk about, our buddy Randy Keene, is he's big on the brake side. He knows his stuff about brakes, and they got all the options you will need for brakes in stock at SRI Performance. And just like when we went up there, we looked, and there were used brake calipers. I mean, like rows and rows and rows of them. Come to find out, they're off some Cup cars and stuff like that, and Xfinity cars and trucks and different things like that. And these guys are taking them in certain classes around here even. They're using the used stuff to come off there because they were ran for a race or two maybe. And,
exactly.
And these guys are getting so much better usage out of them around here, and you know you've got top-notch stuff. So head over to SRI Performance. Go online, www.sriperformance.com. Head over there, fill up your cart with all the go fast stuff. Get that thing right. Get it all in the cart there. When you go to checkout, put in promo code CBONE, TN, C is in
Chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout. You won't regret that by no means. Also, same deal as always, guys. At Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, get all the materials you'll need to not only make that car go fast, but to make it look good too. That's always important. It's always important to make it look good, to get your sponsors on there and have them appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Get all you can get.
For sure. Coming up, like Sterling always says, it's coming up hunting season, Mo. You can go, if you ain't got a race car to work on, you can go get materials you need from there and build you a deer stand.
Exactly. Or hey, it's getting almost pig picking time. Go get your stuff and build you a hog cooker or something. Yeah, you got anything you want to get from there.
That's right. All the metals, alloys, and even plastics that you need. Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Tell them we sent you over there too, guys. For sure. While you're in that area, go talk to our buddy Earl Ramey right down the road there. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Saw a bunch from this past week. I mean, there was a race, and I'm trying to remember where it was. Cherokee. I want to say it was a modified race at Cherokee. Listen to this. Earl Ramey Racing Engines finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7th.
Yeah, what's that tell you there? What's that tell you?
That we need to get a 5th, all right?
There's one, man. Y'all couldn't have done that. Come on now.
No, exactly what you just said. What does that tell you? That tells you that is proven name in horsepower Earl Ramey Racing engines. Go get you one. If you want to run up front, apparently you've got to have one. It's that's stout. That is stout when that many cars are that many cars in a race are running your engines. Two, that many cars in a race that are running your engines all finish up front.
Exactly. Yeah, that's impressive, man. Sure is.
It's quite impressive. So head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get you some horsepower today. Get on the chassis dyno. Get all your kinks worked out that you got throughout the car. Put everything in there to make some less make all the horsepower you can to the rear wheels through the drivetrain and everything else you can bolt on to make it go faster. One of them things you're going to bolt on is some Profab headers and exhausts. But them Profab headers are on time, guys. They not only they make you go fast, but they look real good too.
Beautiful. They got some jam up workmanship over there, and the best welders around for sure.
And Andrew Garris will tell you that he taught them all how to weld.
Yeah. Well, hey, I can't take that from him because I've seen his welds too. He can definitely do it. So.
He can do it. He can do it. I'll give it to him. He knows what he's doing. So
yep.
If y'all want some quality that wins under your hood, head over to Profab headers and exhaust, and man, they're stainless. All their stuff looks good, but man, that stainless stuff they got is just insane looking, and that's what's really cool about it. Just like Brandon Overton last year won who knows how much money. And do y'all know it was on one set of headers? It was one set of Profab headers. Andrew put a picture up at the end of the year, and I think he something like put $1 million headers up. I think is what it said, something like that. But what they do is at the end of the season, they want them polished up, and they got a big tank they put them in. It's got the rock polishers and everything vibrates through there. And, man, these headers come back out of that thing looking brand new. So, y'all head over and get y'all some of that horsepower, too. For sure. But anyway, guys, all right, moving on from there. Want to touch on another one of our partners here, Ford Bite Apparel, and our buddy Cole Vanderheiden making his rookie season there in the 305 sprint. So we hadn't talked to him in a little while, so let's go to the phone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Welcome back to the show for, like the 17th time or something like that. I don't know. ColeTrain, Cole Vanderheiden. What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Just got done washing the car. Getting ready for this next weekend, and then big weekend next weekend.
For sure, man. For sure. Don't you love those wash days?
Yep.
It wasn't too bad from the past weekend, was it?
No, it wasn't.
That's good. That's good. Well, before we get into the racing, man, school starting back up for you now?
Yeah, I started about 2 weeks ago. I'm on like day 7 or 8 of school, so still getting used to it, but
fun.
I'm there.
What grade you in this year?
I'm a sophomore, so 10th grade this year.
10th grade, sophomore. Man, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's cool to know myself, and I know there's certain people over the country that do it, but when you sit back and think about it, man, you'll think about this later in life for sure. But you were just starting 10th grade, and you have already started a sprint car racing career. I mean, it's pretty cool to think about now at my age, looking back. And like I said, you'll really appreciate that later in life for sure. So anyway, man, well, getting to the 305 sprint this year, man. We talked to you a little bit earlier in the year, I want to get your take on it so far, man, because you've put up some really good numbers in my opinion. Couple wins already. Man, what more could you ask for in your rookie year?
Oh, we've been pretty good this year. Just at Eagle, we're still fine tuning the setup. We've gotten the hang of it the past couple weeks. We've improved the last 3-4 weeks each week at Eagle, so hopefully we can keep improving this weekend and be good for the Nationals. And we got one more race at Huset's. We're tied for rookie of the year at Huset's, and with one night left, so it's going to be close. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. Doing pretty good, I would say. But yeah.
Man, for sure, you're doing a jam up job from our perspective, man. It's impressive to see you go out there and be able to adapt as you've been able to, man. Coming from the micro sprints and stuff there, and moving up to the 305 this year. What would you say has been your biggest adjustment you've had to make moving up to the bigger car?
Just feeling the power in the 305 when you're going on a pace lap, and then like in say hot laps, you're like going maybe quarter throttle, and then you just go straight down to the floor, and you could feel the power. I'm still getting used to feeling it right away, but you get used to it once you start going. But yeah, mostly the power. Still getting used to running the good lines and stuff. And haven't really got used to the top yet. Hopefully we can do it in a couple weeks and get used to it for the Nationals.
Oh yeah, man. I feel confident that you definitely can, man. Because I saw the way you progressed so fast through in the micro sprint and all that and everything else, man. That you've come up through. I really feel like you can. When these big races come around, that line moves the way it does. That you'll be able to jump up there on it. And is that something that's been? I know in everything you've raced, you've had to follow the line throughout the day and everything. But does it seem like in this car, the way you are racing these, that all that stuff, same stuff, kind of happens? But it seems like to me, from a fan perspective, that it probably just happens a little bit faster and a little bit sooner than what it has for you in the past.
Yeah, you got to be ready when you're in one of these cars. It's everything happens so fast. There's one time you're going into the corner, and then you see someone fly by you and pull a slide job, and then you don't know what to do there. But yeah, everything happens so fast in these cars.
That's cool, man. That is cool. That's it's been awesome to see the progress that you've been able to make. But I know after we talked to you the last time, I think it was afterwards, is when you all of a sudden picked up a win already, and you've now got a couple wins. Man, just tell us a little bit. I know you can't. That was a while back and stuff, but what's it like for you? Knowing that you come up, and I know all of us as racers, we expect to win. That is what we want to do. But when you finally accomplish that in something big that you set out on, man, just tell everybody how that feels.
Oh, it's crazy. It feels really good once you finally get that first win, and then once I got that second win, it felt way better. And I'm sure once I win a couple more, it'll feel even better each time. And especially when I get that first win at Eagle, whenever that comes, hopefully soon. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Hopefully we can get one at Houston's maybe this weekend, and get one at a few different tracks.
For sure, man. That's Eagle is your home track, correct?
Yes.
I thought so. And that's always the thing that I like myself when in racing, when I'm racing, it's like you really want to win in front of that home crowd, and that's a goal that you've got set for yourself. And so looking at that, what is it that you really that you think you're going to need to get a little faster there at Eagle and run how you want to run?
Oh, mostly it's Sometimes it's around the bottom, the fast line, but I still usually I probably need to get used to the top to be able to compete for the lead if I'm starting in the back with all the good guys. So uh, getting used to the top is probably the next step, which is way up top by the wall. But yeah, running the top basically.
There you go. Put her on the top and let her eat. That's 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 a tough thing to get used to when you got that much more horsepower than you've been used to under your belt, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I've realized that on a few things myself. It's wild. It's wild throwing, especially because I know you, me, both. We came from a go kart background, and when we ran go karts, pretty much everything was you try to get to the bottom. That was always a fast way, and that's what we trained ourselves to do for so long. And then when you have to move to the top, it's just like this don't feel right to begin with. And what's the process you think for making that top faster for you?
Oh, I just once I do it, I'll get used to it and I'll just keep doing it. So whenever that time comes, when just the first time I go all the way around top on the wall, full throttle, uh, I know what it feel. I'll know what it feels like, and then I'll probably keep doing it. So um, I've been trying to get myself to do it, but last weekend I was faster on the bottom, I believe. So I stuck to the bottom and passed a few cars and got 8. So
That's what I was fixing to say.
yeah.
You had a good run there this past weekend. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh yeah, in the feature we started 13th. We got 4th in the heat race, and which made us the last transfer, but we didn't make the invert, so we started 13th in the feature. And there was a lot of big dogs in the race that were in front of me, and I fell back to 15th or 16th on the start, first couple laps, but we started picking away on the bottom. I was just way on the bottom, way around tires, and just taking advantage of everyone slipping up each time, and moved my way up to 8th, almost 7th. It was like under 0.5 seconds of between me and 7th. So yeah, we had a pretty good night last weekend, Eagle.
Good deal, man. That is nothing to complain about there. And that's what's always so crazy to me at most sprint car races, especially at 305, is how tight the field is and how close you guys are and how little, you got to be just that little bit better than the guy in front of you to pass, and that's what makes it so tough to looking at it. What's it feel like to you?
Oh yeah, it's tough. You're so close to people, and unlike the modifieds and stock cars and stuff, you can't. If you guys touch, then it's basically up and over, ruin a bunch of stuff. So you got to be careful, but you want to be aggressive. So it really depends on how dirty of a driver you are, how clean of a driver you are.
Yeah, I hear that. We were talking about that a little bit about some of the bigger cars and stuff. How those guys and how the legend cars I'm racing in, these guys just want to just dump each other, and that's something you're not going to do in a sprint car. I mean, it's you can't drive like that, and so I feel like you guys a lot of times out of having to do it, you guys actually seem to race a lot more respectfully than a lot of these guys with closed wheel cars do.
Yeah, the tires are so close to each other, and one wrong move and you're up and over. And
Yeah.
luckily, I haven't done that yet, so hopefully we don't do it ever.
I was fixing to say, hopefully never. That'd be nice. Oh, cool, man. Well, like you said, you got the Nationals coming up. What's your big plans for that? What you feeling about it, man?
Oh, we're hoping to get a good draw on Friday night after Thursday's practice night. Good draw on Friday. Start in front of the heat race, make the A, and they take top 9 from Friday night and lock into the first three rows of the 3-wide start on Sunday. So hopefully we can lock in on Friday night and then do whatever we want to do on Saturday night. And but if we don't lock in on Friday, we'll just race again Saturday, and top 9 lock into Sunday again, and the rest go to B's, C's, D's, and E's. So it's gonna be tough if we don't get a good draw, or even if we do. There's a lot of sprint car drivers, a lot of good sprint car drivers. So see what we can do.
For sure, man. Well, you ought to be used to that kind of pressure, though. You've been out there to and ran the what I just forgot the name of it, but the week before the Chili Bowl there. You've ran that a couple times out there, man. You ought to be used to some pressure like that and getting draws and coming up through the heats and everything else. You ought to be used to that now.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's just crazy weekends and a crazy week at Tulsa. It's going to be a crazy weekend this weekend at the Nationals or next weekend. So
for sure, man. Well, cool deal. Well, before we get off here, we definitely got to talk about talk about your sponsors a little bit. Let you get all them on there. Who all is helping you out on that car this year, man?
Oh, one of our biggest sponsors, Genevieve Physical Therapy. That's my mom. She works hard, pays for a lot of stuff in my race car and my race suit, and very thankful for her. Another big one, 316 Strategy Group. They came a couple weekends ago, filmed a hype video for us, and they do some pretty cool stuff. Randy Vanderheiden Trucking, a lot of thanks to them or him, and Savvy, and that's another sponsor of my mom's. BBR Racing, BBR Shocks. We got Tapio Pit Barbecue, H&H Lawn. That's one of the new ones. They help us out a lot. Emmett Mobile Detail. He does pretty good car washing. Barrett Clinic, Harris Decals, and Chicken Bone Alley is another big one.
Whoever those guys are.
But I don't know if I said Ford Bite, but yeah, those are the sponsors.
Cool, man. Yeah, you talk about your hype video recording and stuff. Your dad just sent me a little bit of preview of some stuff. They do some good work, man. That is some cool looking stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool videos once you get to see it.
Yeah, they do a heck of a job making you do a good enough job making yourself look good on track, and they make you look even better.
Huh.
Oh, cool, man. Well, good deal, brother. Well, it was definitely good to hear from you. Can't wait to get you back on. Hopefully, here after these nationals, talk about a real good upfront. Hopefully a win, man. I'm just going for a win. I don't want to jinx nobody. I don't like putting no pressure on nobody, nothing. But we got to hope for wins.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I hear you there, man. Well, good deal, brother. Well, it was good talking to you. And guys out there, like we say every week on this show, go get you some Forward Bite apparel. Man, y'all got some. Y'all always got some cool looking stuff. Always. I know y'all brought out a shirt. What was that? The first of this year, I think it was. It was a very simple looking shirt. Saw a picture with you wearing it. I like that shirt, man. That was cool. And so everybody out there, go check out some Forward Bite. Get you a koozie. Get whatever. Go help our buddy ColeTrain out. Y'all see Forward Bite on his car for sure. Man, I sure appreciate you coming on here again tonight, buddy. And hopefully we will definitely be talking to you about some more wins here real soon, man.
Yep, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you, man. All right, everybody. As our buddy ColeTrain, Cole Vanderheiden, here on Chicken Bone Alley. All right. How about old ColeTrain there? Getting it done.
Hey man, he is he's certainly showing off, that's for sure. And the big cars, I think, is his calling, man. Looks like.
I'm gonna tell you, they I mean, obviously this is a learning year for me. Anybody's rookie year in anything is a learning year for them. But he's seems to be learning quickly, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Doing great. Doing great. Got a lot to look forward to there, and definitely going to keep moving up.
For sure. For sure. Glad to have them on. All right. Well, guys, there was a little bit of NASCAR action this week. With all your excitement this past weekend, did you catch any of the NASCAR stuff?
I saw it was Kyle Larson weekend. That's about all I saw.
That's why I was about to tell you. If you didn't, Kyle Larson won.
Kyle Larson won everything. And his cars looked the same, with just different numbers. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. And it was kind of confusing in the Xfinity race because him and William Byron had the exact same paint scheme. It's just different numbers.
Yeah, different numbers.
But
right.
What's really funny is it different numbers and different teams.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of crazy for sure.
So, but that was the Xfinity race was somewhat hard to keep. It was one of those races. I guess they timed it out lap wise this time that people could get on different strategies and rotate. So there was a whole lot to keep up with. And I don't know, made it kind of confusing for me for what I was at. Now I was catching in and out. Ty Gibbs was fast. He was pretty good all day. William Byron was fast. And Ty Gibbs and William Byron obviously were the class of the field. Well, I think one of them two probably would have won it had they not spun each other out.
Right.
Well, Ty just drove it. I get it. He did not want to give going up into the bus stop. Just got into left rear of William Byron. William Byron wasn't happy about it, but it looked like racing. It didn't look like Ty just drove it in there and
right,
just stupid took him out. I mean, it was just racing. It was just that bus stop's tight, and
yeah,
it's tough to go through there too wide, especially when you running as hard as they were. William didn't give him no extra room either, which I don't blame him either. It was coming down the last couple laps. You got to go. You can't give.
Yeah, that's right.
If you give up too much, they'll get gone. Well, when they spun out, Kyle Larson took control and took off with it.
Yes, sir.
So he was good there. Sunday, I thought was going to get interesting. They started on rain tires. Track was real wet. But what I don't know. They delayed the start of the race essentially because there was too much water in the bus stop. They said, and they showed what was there. I'm like, well, you got rain tires, you got everything set up for it. Tell them to slow down. I bet after
exactly. That's up to them.
I bet after a couple laps that water won't be there.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm just like, I think if that would have really happened, Kimi Räikkönen probably would have really had an advantage.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
He was running good though. That was the thing, is he was running really good. Then there was a wreck happened with people were blaming Ross Chastain for this one, and they're going to. I mean, if he's anywhere around it, then
he's gonna get blamed.
He's gonna get blamed for it. He got into the left rear of Austin Dillon, but the problem was it didn't show the car pushing him, had him sideways. I'm like, dude couldn't go anywhere. He wouldn't. I ain't gonna say he was caused that one. Now he was involved, yes, but he was not the cause of that one. So I don't know. But then the race up front, it has taken highlight now. That last restart, Chase Elliott decided to take the outside. Chase Elliott was the class of the field pretty much most of the afternoon, and decided to take the outside. And I don't know if he thought Kyle was going to let him, kind of do the Martinsville type deal where the inside car don't take off as fast and then lets the other one over or something like that. I don't know if they thought that was what was going to happen or what. But that is not what happened at all.
No.
Kyle drove it down into turn one, and actually he locked up the right front tire. I don't necessarily think people are like, oh, he just used up Chase Elliott. No, he didn't really use him up.
He didn't spin him out. He didn't. I mean,
they were like, oh, I didn't even really see. They might have touched, but if they did, it was barely. My thing was they're like, oh, he just had him all messed up. Well, my thing was Chase Elliott ended up falling all the way back to fourth. He didn't fall back to fourth then. He got passed on the track after that.
Right. Exactly.
But Chase didn't seem happy. He did not say nothing negative about Kyle Larson, but he was not happy. You could tell.
No, well, it's fine when Chase gets into people, but it ain't fine when people gets into Chase. So, I mean, it's racing, man. Good Lord, it's racing. And like I said, if you can race hard racing, I love that. And that's what I don't see where that was out of the line. If he just went in there and just booted him, like just knocked him off the racetrack, okay, that's 100%. That's not. But he just locked the tires up, got into it a little bit, kept rolling.
And this is my thing about it, is he moved you up the track. As long as you were still going on that track, right there, he did not spin you out, didn't do anything. You had the chance to come back and repass him.
Go get him. That's right.
He didn't have enough car to do it.
Right.
And exactly. So, I don't blame it on Kyle Larson. But it's really funny because it's almost like Kyle Larson has to apologize every time he wins, almost.
Oh, yeah. Always, bro. Always.
So, it was a decent race. I think they got the Roval, the only road course left, right?
I believe so. I think that's right.
Yep. And that's in the playoffs, So going into Daytona this coming week,
Martin's got to go win it or something, man.
Yeah, Martin Truex basically has to go win it. There's a few of them that you really could think. I mean, but just look at this. I mean, Martin Truex could go win. And typically plate tracks, well, it's not a plate track anymore, but you know what I mean. That's not his strong tracks typically.
Right.
One that it is typically his strong track. Also outside looking in, I'm gonna have to throw him in there. Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. He's gonna be up there for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. All the Toyotas working together, they're gonna be working for him or they're gonna be working for Mark. I don't know, but
well, they were talking about. I don't know if you listened to Door Bumper Clear in any of the past couple of weeks, but it's kind of been talked about on there. They were talking about from Denny Hamlin's perspective. If you think about that, it's like if you're Denny Hamlin, you're running third place. Side by side in the lead is, and you could put either one of these inside or outside, don't make a difference. Side by side for the lead is Martin Truex Jr. and Bubba Wallace. Who are you pushing?
Yeah. He's got to push his own car. He got to. Well, my opinion.
Well, and Brett Griffin actually brought up probably the best point about it to me. Who would you rather, beyond the cars and the teams, if you take that out of the equation, which he's not, but if you take that out of the equation, when you were looking out for number one yourself there, who would you rather race in the playoffs? You want to race against Martin Truex Jr. or do you want to race against Bubba Wallace?
Bubba Wallace, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my way of thinking too. But for Joe Gibbs wouldn't be too happy about it. But for, in my opinion, Denny's other selfish views there, you would have to push Bubba Wallace because a win and making it in the playoffs will do really good things for your team's pocketbook.
For sure, no doubt.
Yep. And Martin Truex making it in ain't doing nothing else anymore for Denny Hamlin.
Right.
So I feel like if, a situation arises to help Bubba, Denny's probably going to be helping Bubba hard.
Yes, I can definitely see that.
I could see them putting, and this is what's really gonna make it funny though. I don't know if y'all saw where Kurt Busch put out the other day that he was not going to be at Watkins Glen or Daytona. He went ahead and put that out, which is smart. Why? Why do it when you're already locked in the playoffs? You had no reason to come back to tracks like that you don't have a reason to go to. But that puts Ty Gibbs in the car.
Ty Gibbs goes and wins. What are they gonna do?
Well, I'm not even worried about Ty winning it because that doesn't really do nothing because he's not committed to the Xfinity, so that's not doing anything. What team orders are you taking there? Are you taking team orders to run behind Martin Truex Jr. from Granddaddy, or are you taking team orders from Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan to run behind Bubba Wallace and push him all day?
Right.
Because they can say, "Oh, there's no team orders," all they want, but they're full of it too.
Oh, there it is. Right. It's gonna be interesting, man. It sure is.
If I was Ty Gibbs, I'd probably just spin out and back it into the wall early in the race, so I didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, y'all figure it
out. Because there would be, I mean, if he gets put in a situation like that, there's literally no winning for him.
No, there's not at all.
I mean, I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Joe Gibbs looks at he's not looking at that. He just wants Ty to race hard." Bull crap. They might tell him that all they want.
Right.
And they'd be stupid not to want it. So I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting coming down to that. I put up a post. A lot of people responded to it too. Still nothing on Kyle Busch.
Right.
I'll ask you because I haven't asked you yet, so I figure I'll ask you what you think's happening with him. What's your prediction?
I don't know for sure, but my prediction is he's going to another team because his persona, the way he handles himself in the media, has changed 100%. It's either that or the sponsor that they're trying to persuade into the 18 car. He's trying to put on a good face for beforehand. It's one of the two, but he has changed totally when being spoken to by the media.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, he has. I don't know if you heard the interview the other day. There was a interview Saturday, I think it was. And he said out there he didn't have anything to say on it right now, whatever, blah, blah. But he could tell them there were big changes coming. Is what he said. Joe Gibbs isn't really speaking on it much anymore. Toyota isn't really speaking on it much anymore. So to me, sounds like he's going somewhere away from there and not even with Toyota, which is really that surprised me more. Well, it don't surprise me. When there's no room, there's no room nowhere. You can't, and it's all sponsorship driven, as we know. But the big deal about that is not so much Kyle Busch's him as a driver, about his truck team. That truck team has been heavily sponsored by Toyota, over the years. So if he goes somewhere non-Toyota, he's got and I think that's probably been one of the. I mean, a lot of people aren't thinking of that. I don't think. He's got a lot to put in place to change teams.
Yeah, he got to change his whole team and everything. So, yeah, if he goes to Ford, he's got to change everything. Not just him, but his whole team. Yeah, you're right.
All right, well, you said, though, that you think he's changing teams. If you got to call it right now, what team you say he's going to?
Stuart Haas. That's mine.
Think he's going in the 41 car?
I would say so. Because Cole Custer really hadn't done a whole lot, and I don't know about him. So I'm gonna say that's where he's going. That's my go-to.
I'm gonna throw one out there, and nothing has been said about this at all. and I don't know that I even believe it. I just think it would be a good story. So it's what I'm rooting for, is a good story. And this would be a wild one, and this is out there. I say Richard Childress goes ahead, drops his 1-year extension with Tyler Reddick. Let Tyler go ahead to either 2311 or Tyler go in the 18 car and Kyle Busch come over to the 8 car at RCR.
Hey, that's quite possible. It would be a shock, but it's quite possible.
It would be a shock to me too, because I think I kind of think Ty Gibbs is already been pinned into that 18 car.
Yeah, I kind of see that, and but as far as Kyle Busch goes, his personality and the way he's changing, Richard Childress don't like mouthy.
Well, well, we all know what happened with him and Richard. Hold my watch.
Right. So, I don't know. That could be the case. But Kyle has definitely changed his persona totally in the media aspect. So something is definitely going on. And they said, okay, well, if this is going to happen, you're going to change. This ain't going to be this way. You ain't going to be this way.
Right.
And maybe that's what he's working towards. I don't know. But it's something similar to that, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. I think it, and I don't know, may surprise us all. I'm ready for the surprise though.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what happens to it.
This is pretty late in the year. You really think about it, to be dealing with all that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
we'll see, man. We got the last race of the playoffs, or before the playoffs, this weekend. So it'll be at Darlington.
I'm figuring the first week of playoffs, which will be Darlington. I'm kind of figuring that's about when he'll announce.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably right. Yeah.
It's like they always want to get in the playoffs and then announce what's going on.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't know if that's a sponsor thing or what.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But anyway, guys, well, racing around here this weekend. I'll be at Dillon Motor Speedway, in the Legend car. That's the plan anyway. Look like there's a decent chance of rain again as of right now, but we're early in the week. So I'll be over there running and see what we can make happen over there. Maybe it'd be better than the show that was put on last week. And maybe it'd be better than my last outing at Dillon Motor Speedway.
Yes, I sure hope so.
But beyond that, guys, we're going to go dirt side. Head over to Lakeview Motor Speedway there. If you're around our area, Steel Block Bandits, Edwards Family Memorial. Going to be a great race over there. Be a big time, as always, in that area. That'd be a real good one. But anyway, guys, I want to thank MPM McAllister Precision Marketing. Head over to MPM, guys, and get if you are trying to make it in this crazy career that we call racing, motorsports, and all that fun stuff, and you need some guidance, Tanya knows what to do at MPM. She is she's top notch, best in the business. You won't find any better. So head over to MPM and talk with Tanya. Start advancing your career today. Get yourself in front of the sponsors that you need to be in front of. We also know that social media now is a huge thing for anybody. That changes your brand. That is your brand. I mean, that is your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram page. That is you. That is your brand. And you need that to all look good. And MPM Marketing over there, they know how to make that look perfect. So head over to marketwithmpm.com and set yourself up to prosper in your racing career.
That's it.
But anyway, guys, well, cool. What else we got?
Man, I think that's it. I'm gonna go move some more furniture and all that good fun stuff, and try to make it for another. Try to get this stuff done, man. It's been wearing on me for a while, so I'm trying to work on getting on it.
Well, I got to get over there myself and get some more stuff.
Yeah, we got plenty of stuff.
I
We got
realize,
a lot of stuff.
how did I get so much stuff at your house? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, but hey, man, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I guess that's what always happens. It always happens.
Exactly. But yeah, man. But yeah, I appreciate all the birthday wishes again from everyone, and like I say, 26 feels good, man. I love it.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out with us again this week. As always, we'd like to thank SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Profab Headers and Exhaust, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting. Also, guys, you heard them on here today. The Vanderheidens over there with Forward Bike Apparel. Want to thank them as always coming on, hanging out with us. But also Checkered, they're the race hub, guys. You want some cool social media, cool racing related social media, as we talked about. Get your brand out there on Checkered. Like I said, they're the social media now for racers. So y'all,
for sure.
Y'all head over to Checkered, get the app, get signed up, and follow us on there. We're on there, so y'all come check us out. But anyway, guys, well, we sure appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out with us, and hope everyone has a great week. And we'll be talking with you next time.
Later.